Hi, my name is Cassie Nieves, and I have created my presentation on the philosopher Plato and his dialogues. A brief bio of Plato. Plato was born somewhere between the years 428 and 427 BC in Athens, Greece. He was presumed to have died between 348 and 347 BC, also in Athens, Greece. He would have been approximately 80 years old when he died. Plato was a philosopher that was taught by another philosopher before his time, named Socrates. Plato is most known for his works to be in the form of a dialogue. He would later be known more intensely for teaching Aristotle, a prominent philosopher after Plato's time. What are Plato's dialogues? All 35 of Plato's works are presented in the form of a dialogue. These include, but are not limited to, Apology, Charmides, Crito, Ion, and Lysis. Although dialogues are typically associated with the theater and drama, Plato's dialogues focus on numerous aspects of the real world and its very real and very pressing issues, even including drama, which is one of the reasons as to why Plato was known for being the innovator of written dialogue and dialect. His works were mainly narrated by his teacher Socrates. As stated earlier, they are described as primarily dramatic, as well as several pertaining to art and poetry, in light of Socrates' opinions, and are also narrated by Socrates in first person. Plato himself does not narrate his dialogues, and it has been found that it is more than likely that Plato never heard any of the dialogues he wrote about firsthand. What gave rise to Plato's dialogues? Both Socrates and Plato agreed that the only way people could truly understand truths or facts was in the form of dialogues. Many of Plato's dialogues followed Socrates throughout his life and described events similar to those that have been documented. However, Plato's works were notably focused on politics, art, religion, and science. Those sensitive topics at the time they were written is what allowed them to become so prominent in Plato's career as a philosopher. Initial impact. After Plato's work was published and people of his time heard about him, his fame as a philosopher began to grow. Plato's openness regarding his political opinions is what attracted his first followers. There are some who attempt to understand why Plato would create his works in the form of a dialogue, and the only answer that makes the most sense would be that Plato was trying to puzzle his readers. His intention was to keep his followers and readers guessing, so that they could make an interest and he could continue pushing out his numerous works. Contemporary impact. Plato's dialogues are still relevant today. Their accessibility is what draws people to them. Instead of long-winded monologues, Plato's use of short speeches is what makes his dialogues so desirable in today's society. Plato's dialogues inspire intellectual exploration, and they prompt people to re-examine their lives, and also motivate people to break away from traditional societal norms. And Plato's dialogues inspire thought, as well as inspire others to search for truth in debates and discussions while inquiring about numerous points of views. Plato's dialogues also inspire people to become true individuals and create their own thoughts and ideas that provoke discussions and change within their society. Plato's dialogues will continue to remain relevant as long as people keep desiring change.